talking more. We're just transitioning. There we are. Hello and welcome to this live stream reactions to Australia versus Kuwait. Just do need to press for anybody that this doesn't show footage. This one I'm not showing any game footage because basically the AFC will come to my house and shoot me in the back of the head, and then take the video down, of course. So I can't show any game footage here, unfortunately, because I know copyright with for some sports is a bit dodgy. For international football, it is damn near impossible. So basically, all it is just this and me trying to commentate on what's happening. It's basically a bit of a dodgy concept, but we're here anyways. So it is currently very early in the morning. As an Australian, it's just near 5 a.m. And I do believe in Kuwait, where the match is being held, this is, I think it's around near 10 p.m. But I have heard it is 37 degrees Celsius over there, so it's going to be a bit of a hot one there for the Australians. It's very interesting because we are back. International football is back in the Asian conference, especially for Australia, because this is our first game, the Socceroos' first game in nearly 2 years. Our last game was against Jordan, where we were able to beat them 1-0. And so Australia at this point remains undefeated in Group B in the second round, so looking to continue that against Kuwait. I do have the lineups here. They have a lot of players. There's generally more subs than players on the field. So first off, with Kuwait, I do apologise if my pronunciation is that of a dirty imperialist Westerner. So goalkeeper, you've got Abdul Ghaffar. Then you got number 11 Al Ansari, who is the captain for Kuwait. Then you got Al Dafiri. Then you got Al Fanini. Then Al Hajiri, Al Kaldi, Al Matari, Al Atabi, Al Kafar, Hajar, and Hamoud as the starting 11 for Kuwait. For the subs, you got Al Harbi, Al Hanai, Ali Mohsen, Al Matawa, Al Rashidi, Al Sania, Al Turkmani, Dashti, Al Hawadi, Nasser, and Zanki, and that is the entire squad for Kuwait. And now when it comes to Australia, in between the six, you got Matt Ryan, you've got Behic, Boyle, Dejanek, and Holland. In defence, you've got Hrustic, Irvine, and Karacic in the midfield, and then you've got Lecky, Mabil, and McGowan up front. So your current temperature is 39 degrees Celsius, and it's 10 p.m. over there, so it's going to be a bit of a stonker. So for subs, you've got Barella, Dougal, Duke, Genru, Grant, Okonomides, McLaren, McGree, Suter, Thomas, Tonjic, and Vukovic. So players are lining up now in the sheds, up in the tunnel, basically getting ready for the walkout. It's crucial for the Australians to get the first win here. Just a bit of a reminder before the game does kick off, no game footage will be shown. It is just this, the scoreboard, and this, which is meant to symbolise the chat. So I apologise. You're going to look at this hairy son bitch. So basically, this is more of a watch-along kind of thing, not an actual live stream. So if anybody's willing to put a live stream link in the chat, go ahead, knock yourself out. Go ahead. It's the Wild West, as both teams now walking out now, Kuwait and Australia. Very big, as this is Australia's first match in nearly 2 years. Since October 2019 was our last match. But Kuwait is one of those teams not to easily look past. I know a lot of people, when it comes to watching Australian matches playing in Asia, they look over a lot of opponents, and Kuwait's one of the teams you don't look over. Another one is also Jordan, because Jordan were the ones that knocked us out in the 2019 Asian Cup, which stopped our continuation through that cup of defending it.
Familiar faces, some regulars, some new faces as well. On the other side of the anthems, we'll have the commentary of Andy Harper and also Brent Speed. It's good to hear this again.
It's been a while since this has been heard in the national stance. Baba's meant to we be live streaming the match? No, I am not. It's been a while since the national anthem has been heard.
And now, the national anthem of Kuwait.
Let's go.
The Socceroos return to the international stage for the
I'm from
first time
Kuwait. Shout
in
out to all the
467
Kuwaitis
days.
in this
It is
match.
so great to see them back. Qatar is so close, only 730 k's down the road from here in Kuwait, but still so far away. As the Australia still have a minimum of 14 games to play to try and qualify for next year's World Cup.
So there we are. For some reason the chat's not working. For some reason, you are getting destroyed.
Actually in charge of that famous game between the Victory
I'll keep the cards.
the MCG and has also reffed
That's on transmit.
games before. Temperatures just dipped below 40 degrees in the last hour or so.
So it is very it's gonna be very hot there. So
As we tick down,
Kuwait all the way from Dashti.
Kuwait desperate to get that,
I did have a feeling that
but they could
there is probably going to be, in terms of a percentage of the supporters, it would be a lot of in favour of Kuwait. I mean, it is obviously still only 10 p.m. over there. Well, it is very, very early in the morning.
Al-Ansari wins the toss for Kuwait. Their most
For some reason, the chat.
experienced campaigner.
Best wishes from Germany. Thank you, Rumdun Divelt. They're crap, but oh well. No, I wouldn't say he's a crap. You're not. Kuwait's one of the better. Is a better team. Like they're third at the moment. They can still overtake like teams like Jordan and even Australia if they take their chance as well. Because as we all know, it's been for some reason the chat it's not popping up there. But
Seen Holland since 2014. That's a starting day.
I'm from Kuwait. Shout out to all of the people in Kuwait. We're terrible.
The Danger Men, Shabab Al-Khaldi and Bandar
I think he's
Al-Salama.
same. Now, feel optimistic. Australia aren't that great either. Australia are known for overlooking their opponents. Like all you got to do is look at when they play Jordan in the Asian Cup. So yeah, don't know what the chat's happening, but look, I agree. But we lost to Bahrain. You never know. So there's kickoff now. We are officially underway between Australia and Kuwait. There is no crowd, obviously, because Kuwait still is having a little bit of problems with the current cases thing. They're averaging about 1,000 a day. Australia now going down the sideline here really quickly. That's Amal Mabil. Tries to get a cross in. It's going to be a corner here straight away for Australia. Only 30 seconds in. How to watch match. If anybody has any links where people can watch the match, please feel free to drop them in. Because I can't show them because Australia's very tight on things like this. So here's the corner kick here from Australia. It's whipped in. It's gone all the way out to the outside of the box now. Australia now trying to get another whip in here. There's a header. And it's 1-0 to Australia. And just like that, in the first game in 2 years, Australia are 1-0 up against Kuwait. It's only been a minute gone. But that is a definite good start there for Australia. It is Matthew Leckie, the captain for Australia, who has gotten the goal. A brilliant whip in there, and just unfortunately the keeper was caught flat-footed there. One thing that's going to be interesting, because the big place for Australia is whipping the balls in and getting those headers. Why aren't we starting Harry Suter, who's actually 7 foot tall? So now there's the restart of kickoff there. And now Kuwait are on the other side of the field here. Can they get a goal here? It's been a big charge, but they're going to clear it away here. Australia and send it down to halfway. Now it is Kuwait that currently maintain possession here. So they're currently on the midfield here, and now Australia have regained possession here. They're inside the half. Beautiful. Back with the Kuwait. It's still early times. I mean, for example, like one thing to look at was in the Blackpool-Lincoln game not that long ago for the League One playoffs, is Lincoln scored within 1 minute, which was an own goal, but Blackpool came back, so you never know. Who scored? Pez Random, that was Matthew Leckie for Australia. As there's going to be a throw-in here. I think the referee's called for something. Is there VAR in this? Is there VAR in international football? Not too sure. So here comes the throw-in here for Australia. It's in the middle of the area. So the head coaches Graham Arnold and Andres Carrasco. Oh, he's Wanderer's assistant. Who provided the assist? I actually do not know. I believe... Oh, and it's another whip in there for Leckie. I think it might have been Karacic, who is... It was a bit weird because on this thing where it had the lineups, it says his flag is Croatian. It's too early, but yeah, no chance Kuwait would win. Need some foreign players. China got a few Brazilians, yeah. That is a bit suspicious. It's kind of like the Japan rugby team, where like half of the players aren't even Japanese. But it's like, my mum's uncle, brother, sister's goldfish became sushi, and that's how they were eligible. My friend Sarah Jumman is an Australia fan. Well, shout out to Sarah Jummer. So now, Kuwait now currently with possession of the ball. Australia with some very rigorous man-to-man defence here. So they need to contain here. And they're going to pass it back to the keeper there. That is Abdul Fagor, who sent the ball down the midfield. And it's right down in the middle here. Then they've gone past into the final third here. But Australia are able to clear it away, but not as much now. That's number 11. That is Awa Mabil, who will pass it back to Dejanek. They will flick it back to Mabil, and now Australia. Can they get another through here? They've got a ball here, and it's a brilliant beat here. It's a one-on-one opportunity, but it's a brilliant save there by Abdul Fagor, who will send it back out. But Australia now still with possession here. Now they're going to set. Now Kuwait's now actually gotten the ball here. The two players almost have run into each other here. They're now into Australia's half. They're going for a long shot to try to speak out Matt Ryan, but it just goes short. So it's going to be a goal kick here for Australia. It was number 8. It was Al-Atabi with a long shot from 30 metres out. That would have been a brilliant goal for an equaliser, but it's just gone wide of the goal. I love your stream. Thank you, Bez Random. Hang on, is the chat people? Oh, that might be the reason why the chat isn't showing up. It might be due to it's behind the actual, because this is actually a black solid like color source, and the chat's behind it, so it probably didn't even show up. So we should be all good now. So Kuwait now with the ball from that throw in for Australia. They're going to pass around the defense, which I think that's going to be the key for Kuwait to coming back into this match. Is they need to maintain as much possession as possible. So it's currently passed around the defense. I believe that's Al Dafiri, who's now giving it to Al Ansari. And now that's the number 15, that is Al Kafar. Sends the ball over the top, but Australia have regained it inside their half. But it's going to be a free kick here for Kuwait for a handball, states by the referee. Very interesting on how Aaron Moy has not been selected for the Australian team. Very, very shocking. This legit hurts. It's still early time, guys. They could get a goal back. It's only been 6 minutes gone. So now Qatar now trying to figure a way to get a whip into the box here. Here's the whip in. And it's going to go out for a corner here for Kuwait, sorry. It was a whipping attempt there by the number 15 by Al Kafar. And it's come off an Australian defender. And this will be a corner for Kuwait. Hey, at least you're a United fan. Oh, yeah. I am a Manchester United fan. So a chance here for Kuwait. It's a corner here. It's in front of an absolute beautiful stadium that is definitely quiet because of no crowd. And it's been whipped in, and Matt Ryan has punched that away, but it has fallen back to another Kuwaiti player. But now Australia. Oh, that's a bit of an interesting challenge there. So it's going to be a free kick there for Australia in their defensive half. That was number 6. That was Boyle. This Boyle was basically trying to play for the ball, and there was the number 8 coming in, Al-Atabi, who came in and clipped him, unfortunately. But there was enough pressure for a free kick. It's a whip it over the top here. It's going to be a race if Australia can keep this in. They have. It's Lecky, but it's going to be cleared away by Kuwait. There was good tracking back there by Kuwait. As we are now 8 minutes into this matchup. Australia now. Bit of tossing turning in terms of possession, but Kuwait now currently have possession, and they're passing it around their defence. Nepal going to kick your ass with Nepal 6-0 next match. That should be interesting, actually, in the with the Nepal match, I must say, because we do play them next, and then we play Jordan, I believe is who we play next. No, we definitely do play Chinese Taipei, which is what they're known as in international football. And Matt Ryan has come out of the box here to control the ball. Very dangerous play there, but he has got it through. Props to the Australian team for holding up in the heat, 45 degrees Celsius. Yeah, but then again, Australia... And it's also interesting because Australia currently is now in a winter where the highest temperature where I live, which is on the coast in New South Wales, is 16 degrees. But in some parts of Australia, it does get up to that heat, so it kind of... Maybe they're used to it. It also depends on how long they've been there, to be fair. So there's a throw in there by Kuwait. And it's going to go into the Australian backline here. I believe that is Dejanek, who's gone for a ball over the top here. It's going to meet the number 3 of Karacic. But it's good defence there by the Kuwaiti player who tracked back. The number 15, Al Kafar. He's done very well so far. A lot of pace that he has, but it's going to be forced out for a corner for Australia as we're 9.5 minutes in. So I believe that it's going to be Lecky whipping this in, or maybe Karacic. So here's the whip in here by Australia. It's stumbling into the box here, and it's gone out. But it looks like it's going to be a free kick here to Kuwait because I believe a player went straight into the leg there. 45 degrees at night. It's... Yeah. It was bowling around the box, and Jackson Irvine committed the foul there. Oh, it's the wrong bloody colour source. Here's the colour source. I'm very sorry. I'm a bit useless when it comes to getting the chat box up. There we are. There you all are. Sorry about that. It took me that long to realise. But so 10.5 minutes gone. Still 1-0 to Australia. But Kuwait definitely have some fire. Al-Kafar looking very impressive so far with his pace. Coming from defence to attack. Now that's Mobile now. He's given the ball off. It's no foul to play on here for us. As Kuwait's a ball over the top here. But it's going to fall straight to Matt Ryan, who is a bit of a sweeper keeper. It's probably a little bit of a hurdle that the attack for Kuwait needs to face up against. Hello there, Dr. Samendra Nath Banyapadhai. I think I was close, but I probably could have been very wrong because when I did the Asian Cup, I was useless at pronouncing people's names. So 11.5 minutes gone now. Australia's currently passing around their back. That is Holland now. He sends a ball all the way over the top here. But it's going to reach a Kuwaiti head. But Australia are going to fall back into it. They're still playing defence here at the moment. What is your prediction of the match? I'm not too sure. As an Australian, I do think Australia will... Prediction was Australia would win. But probably... I think if I had said, I think it'd be 2-0. Oh, it's a bit of a bobble here, and Australia's gone to shot off, but it's going to drag really wide. But the referee has given a corner here for Australia. It's kind of hard to predict, especially with these matches where some teams that have been playing are going to play for the first time in 2 years on how well they could bounce. They can bounce back. So here is the corner now. This is the third one for Australia. And it's whipped in. It's been cleared away. And Awa Mobile's going to take it and pass it back to the Australian defenders. Who's going to fend it all the way back to Matt Ryan, who's about halfway into the field. Oh, Awa Mobile sends it back to Matt Ryan. Almost looked a bit dodgy and almost went in. So Australia need to be a little bit careful when it comes to those, because just need one too powerful pass and the keeper to be in the wrong place, and it's an own goal. Nepal 2-0 versus Chinese Taipei. Congratulations to Nepal on that win. So it's play on here for Kuwait. It was from a call for a challenge, but it looks all good. Now Australia now making their attack. Al-Mobile was free on the right wing, but they don't give it to him. Now Australia coming in, there's a long shot on the ground, and it's just short. And it's going to be a goal kick for Kuwait. That was number 6. That was Boyle who took that shot. And it was pressuring up that Abdul Ghaffar had to dive for it. Or just a metre wide of the far post. As now Kuwait maintain possession in their defensive line. Australia have gotten the ball back though. They are deep inside of... They haven't got a winger on the right trying to push in. I think Al-Mobile, who was too far to the centre. Now I think that's Jackson Irvine. Now that's given to Holland, who's given it now to the side now. It's the number 3 to Karacic. Al-Mobile goes on a challenge with Al-Kafar. And it's still a bit of tension, but Kuwait have won it in the end. Well, it's kicked straight into the head of Australia, and it's gone out. It's going to be a throw in here for Kuwait. As the camera pans to number 16 of Al Fanini. As the whistle is sounded, but it's going to be throw in. So now Kuwait now playing with the ball. Some good passing coming through. They're going to shift it to the opposite side of the field. I believe Australia are playing some kind of 4-4-2, but which can verge into a 4-3-3. Hello, Kofiahan. Still playing in the defence at the moment now for Kuwait. Trying to idolise a plan to go through. We're trying to cut through the Australian team, but it's gone straight to the Australian defenders and back to the keeper. Hello, Nathan. Nice to see you, man. So 15 minutes have officially gone. As Australia now charging into the second half. Over 2.5, okay. Oh, it's a pass out now to Owen Mabil now, who's inside the 18-yard box, who takes a shot. But again, Al-Kafar with a block, who's done a lot of stuff so far this match. He's really impressing me in this Kuwaiti team. And it's going to be another corner here for Australia. I believe this is the fourth corner of the match. As we're past nearly 16 minutes gone into this matchup. It's going to be the number 10. It's going to be Hrustic, who will take the corner. And the whistle goes for the... oh, now the whistle's called because there's a bit of roughhousing in the 6-yard box. There is a lot of... I think there's about 5 Australians in the box to 10 Kuwait players, which is a fair play to say the least. Because Australia have been, especially in this second round, been very deadly in the air. So here comes the corner from Hrustic, who whips it up. There's a free player there, but it's a brilliant block and chase down here by Kuwait. But it's going to be jockeyed out. It's going to be a throw into Australia, still inside of Kuwait's half. So currently at the moment, the stats, it's 10 balls in the area. It's 10 to Australia to Kuwait's 2. So even still, I think maybe they just try to let Australia just run wild in the first half, and then they're buggered for the second half. That might be a pretty solid tactic, to be fair. So there's a chance here for Australia. They're running into the box, but they're trying to go over the top. They're trying to get a pass in for the sweaty goal, but it's flicked up, and it's going to go to run away. And it's going to be cleared away by Kuwait, which only goes as far as the Australian defensive line. Now it's Jackson Irvine. Now it's a ball over the top here, but it's going to go out, unfortunately. A chance here for Karacic, but it's going to go out. Be a throw in there to Kuwait. It's going to be Al-Kafar who's going to take it. As the camera shows, the number 11, Al Ansari, who is the captain for Kuwait in tonight's match. So a good bit of 1-2 there by Australia, but also very equally good defence there by Kuwait to force the ball out. So now Kuwait now having the ball in the midfield now. So currently at the moment, in terms of the press, there is 3 Kuwaits against 4. It's a through ball. It's a brilliant ball here, and it's a 1-on-1. Oh, that's a brilliant dive there by Matt Ryan. He had to have gotten to that ball. It could have been a 1-on-1 chance, and just a tap there by the number 10 of Al Khaldi. That could have easily been 1-1 there. So Kuwait, Kuwait. I don't know why, but my tongue always slips up between Kuwait and Qatar, but Kuwait there with a brilliant through ball there. They've got chances. That was a really good play, and if they keep going with this, they can nab a goal here. It was a pass from the number 16, Al Fanini, to the number 10 of Al Khaldi, and it was a chase down between Al Khaldi and Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan was using his hands. Bit unfair, but you know, that's the rule of the goalkeeper, and he comes out and just about beats him. If Matt Ryan didn't get off his foot of his line there, probably could have been 1-1 actually. As we now cross into 20 minutes gone into this matchup. McGowan now tries to make a charge. That's a brilliant slide tackle there by Kuwait. But Australians' man-on-man defence has just been... it's going to be a free kick here for Australia, right in front, about 20 metres away from the goal, as that foul was being committed by number 3, Al Dafiri. So it's on the number 6, who is Boyle. I feel like it was a little bit weak, because I felt like he got the ball first off, but anyways, it's a free kick opportunity here for Australia. So I don't think it's even 20. I think it's like 25 metres away from goal. It's right down the centre. So a chance here for a potential straight up free kick shot. It's 6 and 10 who are up, leaning up. So it's either Boyle or Hrustic, who might just go for the whip over the top, or go probably more likely for the shot. So that's interesting. So this match would have actually, because I was a bit confused. Because okay, here comes a free kick. Anyways, I'll get onto my point after this play. So it looks like it's going to be the number 10 of Hrustic. He takes the kick. It's taken a big deflection, and it's hit the roof of the net. So it's going to be a corner again for Australia. So that shot there by Hrustic took the hit from the wall, and it hits the roof of the net. So I think this is going to be the 5th corner of the match as Hrustic will take it. So what I was saying was interesting because this match would have actually taken place in Perth, because I was confused how Australia is the home team, but it's in Kuwait. So that's why the thumbnail has Kuwait like as the home team. So anyways, now Australia now have gotten the ball from the corner, but have forced it all the way back to Matt Ryan, who is way outside the box. And Ryan's going to send the ball into the Kuwaiti half, and Kuwait are going to head it straight back into the Australian half. And it's trying to get a forced ball there, but it's going to be run out. It's going to be a throw into Australia deep inside of their own half. So very interesting how Matthew Leckie is actually the Australian captain. It is very, very interesting to say the least. So Australia now playing around with their defence at the moment. So they're trying to charge into the Kuwaiti half. It's going to be forced down the sideline here. That is number 3. There's Karacic now with the ball, who tries to get it over the top here. There's no markers there for him. It's number 10. That is Hrustic. There was no Kuwaiti players marking him. So he's now forced the ball back to the number 3, to Karacic. He's given it straight back now to by Hrustic. Oh! And it's going to be a penalty here. It was taken out there. This is interesting here. It's a penalty to Australia, as Hrustic was brought down. It was Hrustic who was brought down inside the corner of the box. So I'm gonna have a look here. So it was number 10. It was Hrustic who gets into the corner of the box, and he gets clipped. He's just in, but I do feel like there's going to be no VAR. So he's in the box. So he's clipped. He's in the box. So it's going to be a penalty to Australia with this to make it 2-0. I don't think there's any VAR in international football or in Asia. So this, I believe the decision will stand. It is a penalty. And it's going to be the number 6. It's going to be Boyle who will take this from the penalty spot 23 minutes in. This to make it 2-0 to Australia against Kuwait. I think Kuwait have been very unlucky so far in the first 30 minutes. No, I'm just watching the Australia match. I'm just watching the Australia match. Australia are playing in the soccer.
You got any socks in there?
No, I don't.
The builder's coming today to put the
Yeah, I
builder
know.
up and that.
Yeah, righto. Sorry about that. So basically the initial kick from Boyle was saved, but the number 22 of Jackson Irvine came in to get the rebound. So it does become 2-0 to Australia. So the save was made as was Boyle. Boyle went right, the keeper went right and made the save, but unfortunately the rebound has gone straight into the hand of a running in Jackson Irvine, who makes it 2-0 to Australia 25 minutes into this matchup. I've got to say though, even though it is 2-0, Australia are Kuwait are very unlucky, because the first goal was just an out of nowhere one. The second one is a penalty which will be concise. I feel like is a little bit weak. It is also probably a debate of even if it was even the box. But anyways, actually, what I should do is have a. I think it's definitely something I should do is do the scores in the other matches, because I know there's other Asian qualifiers going on at the moment. So I'm going to do that now. As currently Australia have possession, but they've been brought down. But to play on here for Kuwait. So now Kuwait now with possession here, as Al-Matari was the one who got the yellow card there for the foul, which brought in the on Hrustic, who got the penalty. So Kuwait now with possession here. I think it's going to. I'm just going to read off the scores in the other matches. So the game is currently going on. 67 minutes gone. It is 3-0 to Palestine over Singapore. And the rest of these matches are finished. It is Qatar with a 1-0 win over India. The United Arab Emirates with a 4-0 win of Malaysia. Thailand and Indonesia drawing 2-2. Bahrain beating Cambodia 8-0. Nepal winning against Chinese Taipei 2-0. Iran beating Hong Kong 3-1. And Bangladesh and Afghanistan drawing 1-1. Vasu G, whose goal is Jackson Irvine of Australia, who got the second goal. And the first goal was Matthew Leckie, as there's a yellow card. Oh, just playing all the yellow cards. So it's a free kick here now for Kuwait. It's down near the very far end. GG as a Kuwaiti. Abdul Ghaffar saved the pen, but not the rebound. It's very unlucky for the keeper. A brilliant save, read the line completely, but just unfortunately the rebound did fall to Australian player. That's the thing. Kuwait have just been a bit unlucky here. They've been playing pretty good. One player that I'm really liking is Al Kafar, the number 15 for Kuwait. So Kuwait now with possession here. It's a charge. He's onside. Oh, it's an offside call against Kuwait. I personally feel like he was onside there. But anyways, it's going to be a free kick to Australia. Let's have a look here. So it's a pass with the head off. He's onside. Oh, he must have been just barely onside, because in normal play, he looked completely onside. So it's going to be Matt Ryan who's going to take the kick here from the offside call, as we are now 28 minutes into the match, with it being 2-0 to Australia. It's going to be a ball forced all the way over the top here. But the one thing that is currently killing Kuwait at the moment... Oh, it's a brilliant through ball there. Oh, and he's missed it. Boyle, who's with a easy one-on-one, has sent it wide. That should have been a clean-up 1-1, making it 3-0 there. But one thing is when they get a ball over the top, and it does land to an Australian attacker, there's only like 2 players back for Kuwait, and they're usually on the other side of the field, on the other side of where the player actually is. So they need their defenders to pull back, and that's something that I feel like may be the shortcomings when it comes to Kuwait. So now Australia with the ball in their defensive half. Bro, Australia next goal. Not too. I'd be probably, if the team wants to score, I would say Australia probably the most likely. But I don't know. That should have been 3-0 there to Australia with that through ball F to Boyle, but he shanks the shot and sends it wide. So Australia now, it's a ball to the side. Oh, brilliant through ball here now on the side to Karacic. Sends a ball in over the top. It's a 1-on-1. It's chested. Control, and he skied it. Is that Boyle? No, it's the number 3. Is it? No, it can't be the number 3. Who is it? One of the Australian players was a whip in. He got the chest off. And if he waited just a little bit more to take the shot, it's just a... So it's a whip in there. He chests it. If he just let it a little more and he bounces just before he hits it, and it skies it. You guys are so lucky you get to support your own country in the World Cup. I legit don't know what that feels like. It's... As there is a drinks break now, 30 minutes into the game, because it is, I think what the cool kids would say, fucking well up. Believe me, 4-2 Kuwait. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens, Mohammed. It's weird because, like, Australia had that period where they were 40 years without getting to the World Cup. But if it makes it anything better, it's like we haven't made it past like the group stages since 2006. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Shout out to Edison, man. It's just a bit... It's just a bit like we haven't... I don't think we've won an actual World Cup game since 2000... Yeah, 2010. Yeah. Because in 2014 we lost all 3 games. In 2018 we lost 2 games and only drew 1. In all fairness, I don't think that was a pen though. Yeah, I think if any, I thought it was a free kick to be completely honest, and it's one of those. Is it in? Is it not? So yeah, so 31 minutes now gone. They're still at the drinks break because it is so probably is going to be added up in the second half. Coronavirus with a 6-0 prediction. What's up with Boyles? I don't know. I mean, in terms of a penalty, maybe just deserves got to him, but that shot there might have just shanked it. I feel like he might just maybe get one at some point to really boost back his charisma or confidence. That's it. Why charisma? So there's the short goal kick there from Kuwait to continue on from their drinks break. Because it is absolute steamer over in Kuwait. So now Kuwait's currently having the ball. You reckon it'll be taken off? If he continues, mate. If he just doesn't think he'll have that kind of game, then maybe he might take off. Bring in Duke. Yes, actually, bring on Duke. Bring on Sutar as well. I honestly don't understand how Sutar's not playing. He's on the bench, but he's... There's Kuwait now. They're inside the box, but Australia are able to defend that. Have they kept it in from being a corner? Yes, they have. And Australia will continue the play. A bit of a skill there from Boyle, but it's unfortunately fallen to the Kuwait players. They're going to go down the far side. Oh, and that's going to be a flick there. It's going to be raced out. That's going to be a corner, isn't it? Yep, there it is. It's going to be a corner here for Kuwait. Socceroos will make it to the top 16. That'll be very interesting to say at the very least. Just got an alert box thing. I don't know where is the alert box. Oh, it's behind. Oh, it's over here. There's a whip in there for Kuwait. A player was brought down in the box here, but it's I think it was just a little bit of drag. So I feel like someone did subscribe there. I'm very sorry, but my alert box was behind the colour source because I'm useless at predicting this. I'm sorry. Big like too, mate. I'm looking forward to him. Is this his debut? No. I think he played against in the Nepal game, which was in the earlier parts of the back in the early parts, back before the world was when the world was normal. Before the virus nation attacked. So here's the goal kick here for Australia. So current shots is 11-2 in favour of Australia. As now Kuwait now with possession of the ball in their defence. I feel the Australians up here at the moment. And it's going to be a free kick here against Australia. It's going to be a free kick. What a quiet match. Yeah. It's so weird because it's a beautiful, like, massive stadium which with a sold-out crowd would be rocking, but unfortunately due to COVID, it's just dead silent. It's very weird. Sebex Horror Gaming, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Then it could be a debut for Genru. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dougal's the one that played for Blackpool, wasn't he? Australia's in the mud. FIFA XCOM, I just got the notification on my phone. Thank you very much for subscribing. As Kuwait's now got possession here. So 10 minutes remaining until added time for the first half. So there's a free kick there for Kuwait. Yeah, a bit of a kick there by Holland and the drag. So Kuwait now in the attacking half now. Jahota Don, thank you very much for. I just realised that that thing is actually for Australian sports. Yeah, FIVX did read that out. It's for rugby league and not soccer because I have separate football. Sorry, we're talking about the world game, not a stupid name for it. But yes, that's the number 3. That is Karacic. Karacic, to be fair, because I know he's Croatian, but he has been selected to Australia. Kuwait is going to win. They definitely have a chance to get a goal there, and all you need, because as we all know in football, 2-0 is the most deadliest scoreline, because all you need is just one goal from the other team, and just like that, they are through. They've got all the momentum. Want to see McGree? Yeah, I'd like to see McGree as well. As a Jets player, I'd like to see him play. Is there a chance for Kuwait to come back into the game? They can if Australia do get like way too tired and just bottle. It's like I do remember in pretty much the 2018 World Cup qualifying campaign for Australia was just absolute or how do you say it? It was just Australia just shooting itself in the foot, as it's going to be a throw in there for Kuwait. So it's going to be... So we're at the 37th minute now. Just seeing if there's any more updates in the current game between Palestine and Singapore. Still about 12 minutes remaining until that game is over, and it's still 3-0 to Palestine. Their goal scoring hasn't been there in the qualifying group thus far. Yeah, it is a bit of an interesting... it's a bit interesting. So that's the number 10 there. That's Rustic. Karacic has been down both sides of the field here. He's done very interesting how, because it was only a couple of months ago he announced he chose Australia as his allegiance. As it's a deep throw in, but it's going to come off the number 13 for Kuwait, which is Hamoud, and it's going to be a throw in deep in Kuwait's territory for Australia. So it's thrown over the top here. Kuwait joined Australia and are qualified from that group. Chinese Taipei and Nepal are out. Yeah, I do need to check how the qualifications do work because it is a little bit confusing. Because I know you got to you qualify and you go into the next round, and then in the third round it's the top 2 teams from each group that then qualify for the World Cup. So header over the top here, and it's fallen to a player. Oh! As Bahic comes in from the sideline, comes in from out of nowhere, gets the shot off the rebound, but sends it wide again. So it's another miss. Close miss there by Australia. Just very short, and it's going to be a goal kick here. Aziz is a great player. Definitely is. He can ping them. If that was all it just needed was a little bit to the left, and that would have been right in the bottom corner and 3-0 to Australia. One thing I was very interested in is how Iraq is the top of their group, and I think they're undefeated as well, and also Syria are undefeated as well. It would be pretty cool to I think it'd be really cool to see because I know Syria were very close of making the World Cup in the last one for the qualifications. I mean, Australia had kind of something to do with them not making it. But yeah, I'd love to see Syria go through because they played with a lot of heart and passion. And there was genuine points because when they scored the goal in Sydney, I was like, oh shit, are we seriously gonna... Why McLaren isn't playing? Not too sure. But then again, there's 14 players on the bench. So we're now into the 40th minute of play. So there's a ball over the top here. Oh, almost a bit of control over Australia, but it's going to be passed back there by Kuwait. Mabil will be offside there, but it's going to continue playing. So the keeper for Kuwait's got the ball there. It's going to be sent high and wide into the up to the other side of the field. So Australia now charging in to the Kuwait half now. MacArthur versus Phoenix. Who's your pick? I'm going to go with... Oh, I actually don't know. I think maybe the Phoenix, you know. Oh, it's a whipping from a header, but it's been cleared away there by Kuwait, but it's only fallen just as far to Australia. As that is Mabil down the side. Oh, a brilliant free ball there for the number 3 for Karasic. It's fallen to a player to Jackson Irvine in the box. Leckie trying to get the control to whip in at second deflection. Now Mabil. They're still in the box here, Australia. As that's going to be cleared away there by Kuwait. And they try to get down the sideline. It's going to go out. I'm impressed by MacArthur. What a season for their first. Yeah, 100%. I actually like the team. I think the only thing I don't like about them is their fans constantly ringing cowbells because they are known as the Bulls. And in my personal opinion, it is very annoying. But the coronavirus says Australia will easily qualify for the World Cup. These small games are just formality. Because I do remember the bullpen, yeah. I was at the because I support the Newcastle Jets, and as that ball goes out, it's going to be an offside. It was offside against Australia, so it's going to be a free kick there for Kuwait. Basically, I was at the Jets MacArthur game. It was the one where MacArthur didn't handball inside the box in the last minute, and we were sitting right next to the bullpen, and this was before they actually got you won then. No, we didn't. We lost. We were 2-1 down, and there were shouts for a penalty. It was the one where he flicks his foot and the ball hits his arm here, but under the new rules, it didn't count as a handball. But yeah, and the bullpen are trying to act tough. It's they were trying to goat the Jets fans into fighting, they were flipping them off and all that. But it's they were also ringing cowbells simultaneously. It's I'm sorry, but cowbell doesn't make you hard. You don't see Millwall or West Ham ringing bells. It's just a bit annoying. Anyways, free kick here for Kuwait, about 35 metres away from goal. So all you just need is one. Australia got so many good players playing overseas. Too bad in Australia there ain't much football vibe, only footies. Yeah, it's just. I just say, we had there's so much momentum going into the last couple of years. It's just all been done. And now Kuwait now, we have the free kick. Oh, and it's absolute block here. And if Australia can get the ball, then no, we can't. But Kuwait. Bit of a waste there of a free kick there. As they're doing the 3-play, L2 square up to the player running in. Yeah, one of the players tripped over. Australian football is on the rise, though. Yes, it is. It is on its way back to hopefully what it was. I think the only thing that's screwed, because I know that a lot of there's bad attendances for the league, but I think it's because, one, it's in June, which is in heavy NRL, AFL territories, but it's they're on Tuesday, Wednesday night games. It's there's no way that is going to work. So now, as we're 1 minute away now from figuring out how many points have out of time, really enjoying this edition of the A-League. 100%. So Kuwait now, can they get a spring and attack, which then, it's a bit of a ball there. If they could send it down the line here, he does. It's a bit wide. They're inside the box here, Kuwait. Can they get a shot off? But no, but Australia are able to clear away. And a bit of pressure, but Australia's still got the ball here. Here's Mabil, who has kept the ball in, who sent it high and wide into the midfield. So now we're about 5 seconds away from figuring out how much at a time they'll be. There'll be a couple of minutes because of the drinks break. There's a potential play here for Kuwait. They're down the line here. Oh, beautiful bit of play. It's a 2-on-1, but Matt Ryan makes the save. Who dives for the ball, and if he didn't get there, that would have been easily 2-1 there. And double headers on weekends, yeah. Beautiful bit of play there by Kuwait. They've got something in them. As it's just been announced, there is 3 minutes of added time. So now Australia send the ball down the field. But Kuwait are going to easily dismiss that and send it back to their keeper. So we've got 2.5 minutes now till half time. So it's going to be cleared away now. It's a massively wide shot there by Australia. But it is going to result in a goal kick now for Kuwait. I'm back at the Socceroos to keep a clean sheet. I don't know. So just a bit of another heads up here. 87 minutes now in the other game. It is currently 4-0 to Palestine. So they've gotten another goal there. So we've got 2 minutes now remaining in this half. Good jockeying there by Holland. Now Australia now going for probably another charge here. It's gone laid off here. Mabil now on the right wing. There's a lot of Kuwaiti players back. The cross took a bit of deflection, so it's going to be outside the edge of the box here for Australia. It's going to be advantage played here from a pull from the back. They've continued to play advantage. Australia's still holding on to the ball here. We've got about 1:20 remaining in this half. So they're going to go down the side here. Gets a whip in here. Low driven cross. But that's a brilliant clear away there by Kuwait. The number 13 of Hamoud. So it's going to be a corner here for Australia with about under a minute remaining in this half. Aussie goalie has been tip-top today. Yeah, and to be fair, the Kuwait one's pretty good as well. Abdul Ghafour. He's been pretty good, minus the just being about flat-footed in the first minute and the unfortunate bounce back. So he's pretty good so far. So here's the whip in now for the corner. And he's trying to go for a header, but it's going to go out. And it's going to be another corner here for Australia. It's taking a deflection from a Kuwait player. So as there's 20 seconds left, this will probably be the last play of the half. And it's a short one here to Mabil. And it's whipped in again on the number 10 for Hrostik. And it's gone out again for a corner. This will definitely be the last play of the half, as we're now in the 48th minute. Now there's no time to take the corner. And it's going to be half time in this match of the Asian qualifiers for the 2022 World Cup, and it remains Australia 2, Kuwait 0. Good luck for both teams. Nice match. Thank you, Prince of Arabia. So I'm going to take a little bit of a halftime break, but we will be back for the second half. So I know, do what you would do. Just get a bag of chips. If you're in Kuwait, get some packet of chips that are halal certified. Yeah, very awkward transition, but we'll be back for the second half. Transitioning. Okay, we are. So second half it hasn't started as of yet, but they're basically going to come in very soon. So I think in about 2 or 3 minutes time, they'll come back for the second half of this match between Australia and Kuwait. Just going to do the live scores here because it is full time in the other game, which was currently going on between Palestine and Singapore, and it was a 4-0 victory there for for Palestine. Is there any other games going on at the moment? I'm just going to check because I'm on Flash Score at the moment. Is there any other live games? Because I think the only one there is half time. The Germany under 21s are currently beating the Dutch under 21s 2-0. Burkina are beating Maloudia Oujda in the Morocco League 3-1. Half-time in the La Liga 2 promotion playoffs between Vallecano and Lagan. It's 0-0 there. And in women's international friendlies, Belgium are beating Greece 1-0 and Algeria and Mauritania are 0-0. So yeah. Let's go transition there. Here we are. So we are very close for the second half kicking off. We are. Bloody hell, that stadium is probably one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen. It's just extremely unfortunate due to the current situation going on that there couldn't be fans there. So basically, I think we're very close away from the restart for this match. Or the second half. Australia, Kuwait, second half is next. So the question is here, obviously there's going to be subs, so there might be potential squad rotation for Australia to see what Graham Arnold thinks is going to do best when we go through to the third round. So I think Australia's next match. I'm just gonna check this. When is our next match? So our next match is June 8th. Oh, okay, yeah. Is in a couple of days' time. It is June 8th, 5 a.m., which is my time, as we take on Chinese Taipei. And then Saturday, June 12th, 2 a.m. Australia time, is the big match. The match that where two worlds collide as Australia take on Nepal. So basically both teams now walking out onto the field. We are getting ready now for the kickoff for the second half. So we're going to keep going and get ready for this match. Oh, it's such a beautiful stadium. Right, bro. Why can't we have anything like that in Australia? Holy shit, that is the stadium they're playing at. The what is it? The Jabba Al Ahmad International Stadium is that's probably what, genuinely speaking, like one of the best stadiums I've ever seen. As I believe there's potentially going to be a fair few subs. So the referee's just having a bit of talk, so we're going to get ready now. And there is a whistle. We are underway now for the second half of this match between Australia and Kuwait. As the ball has gone out, it's going to be a throw into Australia in Australia's defensive half. I think what Australia, in terms of Australia, what they should do is basically hold on. Not hold on, but like just remain calm. Don't get too overconfident with them being 2-0 up. Because 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline in football, as it's going to be another throw in here for Australia. Still inside of... No, they're not still inside. They're actually inside of Kuwait's half now. Kuwait's gotten the ball there. That was the number 5. That was Al-Hajiri who got the ball off there. But now Australia have regained possession here. So kick over top here for Australia. If they can get a free ball here. But there's some good crackdown header there by Kuwait. Our Mabil now with the ball, who's giving it off to the Australian defence. And hang on here, it's a foul on our Mabil here. I think it's a free kick here for Australia. It was the number 15, it was Al Kafar, who's been very good. I think, in my opinion, the clear standout player here for Kuwait. Just a bit of a clumsy challenge there, so it's going to be a free kick right on halfway here for Australia. So the number 3 here, it is Karatic who's going to take the free kick. I think they might do a switch here to the number 16. No, they won't. They go down the line. And that ball has gone out. So it's been rolled out here. 2 minutes gone. So it's going to be a corner now for Australia. The first of the second half. And I believe the 6th of the match for Australia. So a good check. The first set piece now of the second half for Australia to get a goal. They go short here. Al Mabil tries to get a whip in. It's come off a Kuwait player and gone out. So it's going to be another corner here for Australia. So here comes the corner now. It is whipped in directly. And Kuwait are easily going to clear that. There was shouts for potential handball, but I think everything was all good. As that is Behic, who has headed it back to Matt Ryan, who has given it straight back to him. So now Australia can continue their play. Also, though, Boiler is a little bit shaken up at the moment, but I think he should be all right. I think a goal will definitely do a lot of favours for him. So it's a bit of a dodgy ball there for a whip in for Australia. As that's gone out, it's going to be a throw in here for Kuwait. Was there a handball here? No. Basically, it did make contact. It was number 10. It was Al Khaldi. Basically, his arm is coming in. He's diving for it, but he's trying to bring his arm behind, and it clips his arm. But the fact that he was trying to get it out of the way and is pretty much very close to his body, there is nothing wrong with that, and it's a good decision there by the referee. As Kuwait still having possession here in their defensive midfield. India has an underrated team. Yeah, I was actually very surprised about because I was watching I think it was a Copenhagen documentary about the popularity of football is in India, because obviously being Australian is obviously is the only sport that the only sport to talk about in India is cricket, but no, there is a lot of football fans who do watch it. So and they produce some fairly decent players over there in terms of development. So they're definitely a team to look out for in the near future. So Kuwait now inside Australia's half. If they try to get a ball down the line, but that is Behic who gets the ball off, and it's a potential through ball here. If it's going to stay in, it does. That is Karatic. Karatic now on the side. He's going to try to bring it into the box. Oh, it's good muscling. Very good muscling there by Al-Hajiri, who forces him to make a chip, but it's going to go out. So it's going... Oh, was it Al-Hajiri? Yeah, it was Al-Hajiri, who looks a little bit worse for wear from that challenge. The government did not invest in it much at the beginning, but now it is taking off. So it's very good to see. And the one of the Kuwait trainer is coming in for the number 5 of Al Hajiri. I don't know what has happened. Maybe he pulled a hamstring in that chase down on Karatic. As there's 3 players warming up here. One of them was the number 17 is Al Matawa. As we now cross past the first 5 minutes of the second half. It was a chant by Boyle, sorry. One of our players was second highest international goal scorer, Sunil Chetri. Yes, I do remember him. It's I do remember hearing about him when he was playing. That's a very very big record. It's like, and the fact that people probably outside of like the Asian Confederation don't know about him, and it's like, it's a absolutely brilliant player. So Kuwait now still with possession here at the moment. They are currently, there's a pass down the line here. The defense still holding on to it maintainingly. They're going to set a ball over the top here for a switch, but Australia going to control that. Owen Mabil with a bit of a dodgy header, but he has gotten the ball here. That looked like a bit of a high boot there, but it's play on here. Very lucky that Mabil didn't get his get a taste of leather into his face. Oh, do they have boots? No, I don't know. Australia have regained possession here. Oh, that's going to be a foul from behind. It's going to be a free kick here to Australia. As it was number 22, it's Jackson Irvine. As there is another Kuwait player who is down. It's I think it's the number 3, is it? No, it's the number 9 actually. It is Al Matari, who I think it was a bit of a knee-on-knee clash there, and Al Matari has come out worse in that. Oh no, it's Al Dafiri. No, because I showed footage of another 9 going in for the second, so I thought it might have been him, but no, it's actually Al Dafiri. Sai Baba G Latif Shah G, thank you for subscribing to the channel, my friend. Welcome to the what do I call it? The club? No, the club. No. So they're having to bring him off the field here. So there is a potential there might be the first change of the match here for Kuwait. Actually, it would be for both teams because Australia hasn't brought anybody on, but there is probably going to be squad rotation. So Australia continuing on with play. There's a Behic, he's got the ball. Now Jackson Irvine, who's given it back to the defence. As that is number 2, that is Dejanek. Bro, where are you from? I am from Australia. On the eastern seaboard I am. And it is extremely early. It is currently, if I can check the time, 6:13 AM. As Behic now is currently being man-to-man attacked here, but he's able to get the ball away here for Jackson Irvine, but a Kuwait player tried to go leeching in, but it was a stomp there on the number 22 of Jackson Irvine, so it's another Kuwait player down. Looks a bit unfortunate there for him. Yeah. Well, well, it's very interesting from the Australian commentator basically saying there was no foul in that at all, but I mean, both teams are going to have some kind of bias towards their so currently fouls conceded is even with 7-7, as now Kuwait now have the ball in Australia's half. The ball's now gone out there, and it's going to be another throw into Kuwait, but it's right on halfway here. So apparently it turns out yesterday, Kuwait actually had the highest temperature in the world, 50.8 degrees Celsius. Yikes. I'm not a man of heat. I can deal with like cold weather, but when it comes to just heat with humidity, I'm a little bitch when it comes to stuff like that. So here's a throw now for Behic now. Tell me something about Owen Nabil. Morning from Western Australia. It's 4:15 AM. Yeah. big ups all the Australians waking up extremely early to watch the national team. I went to Bill. He currently plays for Midgetland in Denmark. That he was a part of the Premiership winning team not that long ago. Is mobility good? Yeah, he's probably he's done really well over in Denmark for Midgetland. They won the title. Last season they won the title. There is talks about him apparently wanting to leave, but he's a very, very inspirational story. Leaving, I think it was leaving Sudan from war-torn when he was like 4 years old to come over to Australia, and I think he played for it was Adelaide, I believe, was the team he broke out with. I believe I'm just going to check to prove I'm not an actual idiot and I'm not just chatting out of my bottom. I think he played for Adelaide. Yeah, it was South Sudanese. Yeah, it was a part of he played for the South Australian national team, and he played with Adelaide United in 2013. Played there for a couple of years, and then he's been a part of Midgetland since 2015. He's made nearly 100 appearances for the team, and he's probably one of the best team players, best attackers in the Australian team. Very important for us to beat Syria in the Asian Cup a couple of years ago. So here comes the corner now for Australia. I believe that is Jackson Irvine who's going to take it. Or it might be Rustic. So here's the corner. And it's gone very near post, but it's been blocked away by the keeper. So it's falling outside the box. Australia's side possession here. It's the number 6 now. That's Boyle, who's given it off to the 5 of Holland, who's going to send it to the other side of the field. Who do you want to see come in now? I think just get some of the younger players, get some of the players out there like McGree, McLaren, Dougal, and maybe Sutar to fix everything up. I feel like there's going to be a lot of subs though. I don't know exactly what the cap is for international matches, because when you've got like a sub bench of 13 players, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. So it's a free kick here for Kuwait right on halfway. Hang on. Dougal... I don't want to be mistaken. Dougal's the one who... He's the player... He's the one who played for Blackpool, isn't he? Kenny Dougal. Yeah, Kenny Dougal's the one that... who basically won Blackpool promotion into the championship. So I'd like to see Dougal come in as well, scoring 2 goals to turn a 1-0 deficit to 2-1 win to get Blackpool in the championship for the first time in a while, because that club's gone through a bit of hype. McLaren isn't that young, to be honest. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Genru, yeah. How old is McLaren, so I know how wrong I was? Jamie McLaren. He's like in his mid-20s, isn't he? He's 27. Okay, yeah, he's old. Yeah, I was a bit wrong on that, to be fair. So now Kuwait currently with possession here. Australia now trying to get a charge now. They've gotten the ball here. It's going to get brought. There was a Kovacic who got brought down, but it was a bit too easy. So Kuwait, there's a few Australian players back, so there's a chance here for Kuwait. BK2 creation, hello my man. Or a bit of an appeal there for a penalty for Kuwait, but I think it went down a little bit too weakly, so it's going to be a goal kick to Australia as we're about to cross into the 60th minute mark of this match, where there will be about half an hour until... Portugal, yes, Nepal did get a 2-0 win over Chinese Taipei. Be very interesting to see Bit of dodgy play there from Matt Ryan, almost losing it there to a play. Man, can't wait for the Nepal game with this chat right now. Oh yeah. It kind of reminds me of I wonder if it's going to be as bad as because when we played Syria to qualify for the World Cup, and all of the Australian social media pages were just bombarded with all the Syrian fans. I think it was something similar with the Jets when they played against Persija Jakarta for the qualifiers. Belgium 1-1, Greece 1, 80 minutes gone. Oh, it's a chance here for Kuwait here. If you get a shot off, that's a brilliant save there by Matt Ryan, who has forced a corner. Brilliant charge down there for Kuwait. That's probably the first real chance of him, Al-Khaldi. So it's a brilliant intercepted pass there by Kuwait, and he's gotten the pass down to Al-Khaldi. Took it a little bit too wide and too late there, but a good save there by Matt Ryan to force a corner here. So Kuwait definitely credited a good chance there. So there's a chance here now for a corner. Belgium game is a shocker. Is that is international, right? Europe. So here we go. Here's the corner here from Kuwait, but it's going to be cleared. It's going to be defensively cleared away there by Al-Mabil, and it's going to be another corner for Kuwait. World team number 1. Sheesh. Oh yeah, Belgium's world number 1. There's a corner there. It's very deep. Oh, and it's somehow been kept in there. It's an attempted basketball kick there. As there's appeals for penalties from everywhere for Kuwait. Oh, that's a handball there by Australia. So it's going to be a free kick here. Yeah, it's a friendly. Okay. So it's going to be a free kick here for Kuwait. But one of the players, as the Kuwait player, so it's Hajaya, I think, went for a bicycle kick in that. So there's a flick up there and accidentally hands balls out. So it's going to be a knock on. What? France's second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting to say at the very least with the European Championships that are coming up in a couple of weeks. Not even a couple of weeks. It's like a couple of days actually. Oh my god. Yeah, June 10th is like the first game, and it's Turkey, Italy. Turkey, Wales. I know Turkey's in it. Yeah, it's Turkey, Italy. So here comes the free kick here for Kuwait. It's going to be a whip in, potentially getting a header onto it to force Matt Ryan to make a save or to go in. As Bandar Al Samala has come on for He's going for a shot off the line here. So the number 9 Al Matari has actually come off the field, and it's going to be replaced by wait, well, hang on. Hyped for Euros. It's a week away. Oh, God. So here comes some subs now for Australia. Number 13 and number 20 are on. Archimedes and Dougal are on the field. As Dougal coming off 2 goals in the League One playoff final to get Blackpool into the championship. And it's going to be replaced there by, I think it was Al-Mabil is going to have an early night. Fairly solid performance there by him. Very hyped to see Dougal getting some play time. I'm trying to figure out who the other player was who came off. I think it was the 13th. Yeah, James Holland is the other player that came off. Oh, it's going to be right down the other end from that goal kick. It's going to be a free kick now to Australia. In a very interesting position here. You got it, mate. Is the hype for real? Time to find out. Will Kuwait qualify if we are second in the table? I don't know how the qualifications work, to be completely honest. It's a bit foreign to me. I think it's the top 2 go through to the... Because I know this group also talks about for qualification for the Asian Cup as well, which will happen in 2023. Who hosts the actual cup? It's just a free kick here now for Australia. As Hustic takes the shot, and that is a brilliant free kick, and it's 3-0 to Australia. Hustic, with an absolute brilliant pinging free kick there, has beaten Abdul Ghaffar, and it's 3-0 now to Australia over Kuwait. That is those are the free kicks you just don't save. We'll say Abdul Ghaffar has been a bit unlucky tonight with the being beaten the first minute, the penalty that got rebound, and Hustic with a shot hitting the post and in. You just don't beat that. That is an absolute brilliant free kick. And so about 24 minutes until the 90, where there will be probably added time. It is 3-0 now to Australia. There's Adrian Hudostic with his first goal for Australia. Who does Hudostic play for, actually? I'm going to check. Hudostic is an attacking midfielder for Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. Damn, he's playing in the top flight in Germany. Good for him. So I just said he's born to a Bosnian father and a Romanian mother, so in Melbourne. So it kind of explains his very unique last name. And that's one of the big things with Australia, with all the with how multicultural the country is. You get a lot of mixing together to create some really good players. Now it's a 3-on-1 here for Australia now with the ball. That's basically it was a curling in to the far post, and Abdul Ghaffar tried his hardest to try to save it, but it came off the post and in. What could you want from a free kick take there? So I think it's going to be actually is Craig Goodwin a regular part of the Australian team? He usually is, to be fair. I don't understand why he's not. I mean, he's to be fair, he might be still in Australia. He might be wanting to play for Adelaide. So, yeah. So he's usually in the talks about the team. GG, we tried our best, and what a goal for Australia. So here's a corner now for Kuwait. It's whipping over the top there, and it's a header. And heads are playing up here, so it's still for Kuwait. Kuwait with a shot now from the number 5 of Al Hajiri, but just sails wide. And very interesting note is this is actually the exact score which happened when these two teams first played each other in the second round. Where I think it was at this stadium as well, where it was when it was a Kuwait home game, and it was a 3-0 win there for Australia. Why is this becoming slow? Rustic future star, I reckon. Give him a few years, he will spark in the Bundesliga. 100%. With a free kick like that, that's definitely gonna put him in lucky brace in that one. And it's a chance here now for Australia. Now that's the number 20. That is Archimedes. He's now giving it back down. B-Hitch now with the ball. You got a Premier League player playing for you guys, and our best players plays in the Kuwait League. I guess I was about to question myself which one. I'm like, yeah, Matt Ryan. He currently plays for. It's. I don't know why. Just connections to Europe for some reason for the Australian players. That's good jockeying there by Kuwait to force a goal kick. So we're coming into now the final 20 minutes of the matchup. Does Aaliyah... I'm going to check, actually. Does Aaliyah Bass play? Because I know Aaliyah Bass, who plays for... He plays for the Jets. He is from Iraq. Yeah, he plays Iraq national team. So 2007 to 2016, he's made 12 games for Iraq. As that is a free kick now for Kuwait, who sends the ball over the top. Aaron Moy ain't even on the bench right. Yeah, he's not even playing. Apparently in China, he's not doing that great. apparently, but isn't performing that well. I don't know. I don't really watch the Chinese league, but I must say though, not be playing good. But he's on loads of money, so good on him. So who's the real winner? Now Australia now making a charge. Now it's a bit of a flat pass now down to the corner side. It's a number 20. That is Archimedes. He's like, I think he'd be millions. He would be paying. I think that's like every non play. Moody's Moolah, 100%. Okay, so now Australia now. He's playing around the ball. Archimedes. He's basically sitting in this left mid, left wing position. So he's replacing Owen Mobile. So Australia just maintaining possession now. They're going to kick it. They've kicked it back to their keeper, and they're going to try again. But thank God we beat China 9-0, so we are still second. Wait, what? Wait, Kuwait beat China 9? Yeah, China are like China. It's so weird about with the development of China because you'd think like they would become like because they would like manufacturing to become one of the biggest superpowers in football, but it just hasn't happened. And Jets play Perth next, right? Yes, they do. Be very interesting to see what does happen out of that match because it is our final home game. Because pretty much the only thing we're playing for is to make Melbourne victory, get the wooden spoon. So I kind of just sort of help Perth Glory roll over for us. Just get out of our way and let us win. And whoever plays victory beats them. So Archimedes now with the ball. He's going to send it down centrally. So just some good passing of the play here by Australia. They're just maintaining the ball here. China equals money doesn't equal quality. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Oh, that's a Rustic that's thrown off the ball there. So now Kuwait's now got the ball here, and they get a through ball in. Oh, it's a through ball down the side, but it just doesn't reach it. It's going to be taken away there by Australia. As we now enter with 17 minutes remaining until added time here for Australia. Oh, it's a charge down here. It's a race that's going to be won there by Kuwait, who's going to kick the ball. It's going to be a throw-in now deep into Kuwait territory now for Australia. So here comes some other substitutes now coming on. If they're going to show them. Are they? Yep. So two substitutes now coming on for Kuwait. One of them is the number 12, is Al Harbi, coming onto the field. Is January one of them? I'm not too sure. They didn't pop up. Number 15, hang on. Duke is one of them. Duke is coming on. I think there is another Australian coming on. So Duke is coming on now for Australia. Or Archimedes. Archimedes is already on the field. He's been on for the last couple of minutes, actually. He came on to replace, I think it was Mobile. Or it was either Mobile or Holland. So Nasser now comes on for Al and Fioni. As Matthew Leckie comes off the field with he got the first goal of the match, so pretty good performance by him. So who are the Australian subs? Because I know Duke has come on, and I know that it maybe just been Duke for A-League represent. I think it might have just been Duke for Leckie. I thought it was going to be another Australian player being brought in, but it may be just that. Just the one player. So now we've got 15 minutes remaining now in this match till added time. They did show Matt Ryan, and it did look like that Matt Ryan was going to come off here. So now Australia now still maintain possession here. It's Behich now with the ball. Who's given off to the side to Archimedes. Archimedes is now going to kick it back now to Jackson Irvine. Why is there no relegation or promotion system in the A-League? It makes the league more interesting. I think it's mostly due because in Australia, in Australian sports, the relegation promotion system is a very quote-unquote foreign thing, and it's like because we usually have just the teams and then the finals and stuff like that. It's just how it's really been. Well, we need more teams. We do need more teams, but there has been talks for ages, for like the last 5-10 years, about bringing in a second division and a relegation promotion system. So it probably will happen at some point in the near future. So it's going to be... And there's only, for the A-League, there's only 12 teams. So I feel like you need to probably have like 16 or maybe even probably 16, 18 or even 20 to bring it in. But the games are good and it does make sense. It's just something that's just never really thought about. It's just it's basically because soccer's got a very complex history with Australia. Great young talent too, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. That's like the big grasp for the A-League is the showcase of young Australian talent who do end up getting into the national team because Matt Ryan, who is the goalkeeper for one of the goalkeepers for Arsenal now, was played in the A-League for the Central Coast Mariners, and they ended up winning the league in one of their not that long ago. And also, here's a kicker: there's whoever comes first doesn't win the title. There's finals. There's a playoff system in Australian football to make it even more weirder. So yeah, Matthew Leckie did come off there for Mitchell Duke, so I think that's the only sub Australia did make. It's advantage played here for Kuwait now. But they get outnumbered there by the Australian team. Who do you reckon is going to win the league and the playoffs? I think... I don't know anything happened in the finals, but I do think it's Melbourne City's year. Maybe the Mariners can make some kind of an upset or like dark horse charge, but I do think it's Melbourne City's year. Sydney FC. I don't know. I think Sydney FC might make the grand final. They probably ought to be fair, but I think City are just too good for them. Wait, FIFA ban? Lafondra Magic. Yep, yeah, very much maybe. So it's a free ball here. Oh, almost there for Kuwait. Did Kuwait get banned by FIFA? Was that an actual thing? Kuwait's international ban lifted for more than 2 years. Kuwait was suspended in October 2015 over a government bill which the global soccer body said interfered with the independence of the country's FA and fell foul of the FIFA statutes. Interesting. Well, I'm from India, by the way. I'm biased. Yeah, I did see I think we called it Sports Pundit. A Sport Pundit, I think the channel was, because they were doing something very similar to this, where for the India-Qatar game. There's a chance for Australia to get an offload here. It's a 1-on-1, but that's a brilliant take there by Abgulgafor. Can you explain the playoff system? So basically, there's 12 teams in the A-League like top division. It's the only division, but in the league, the top 6 teams go through to a playoff system. I know it works a little bit differently. So basically, in the first week of the finals, first and second get a week off. So then it's third play 5th, and then fourth play 6th, and whoever wins those plays first and second in what's called the preliminary finals. And whoever wins those games goes through to what's called the grand final. And then whoever wins that wins the trophy. It's kind of weird because there's actually a trophy for whoever comes first after the league finishes. And then there's another but then there's the main trophy, which is when you win the grand final. It's a thing which is very common in Australian sports, is there has to be a final. So even when there is a promotion and relegation does get brought up. Basically, if anything, it's very similar to the like in England, the playoff finals to get into the higher division. It's sort of similar to that. Is probably the best example I can give. Definitely makes it interesting. So we're now crossing into the final 10 minutes. We've got 8 minutes now remaining until added time. So we've ventured off, but it's, to be honest, not much has happened this half. A-League needs relegation and promotion, yeah. Here we go. So number 10's coming off. Hrustic is coming off after a fairly solid game, and Riley McGree is coming on the field. Are all the games available on YouTube free to watch? Is it fair to announce the channel? And all the games are available on YouTube free to watch. Is it fair to announce? Oh yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out. Hrustic playing very well, and now makes way for Riley McGree. I think just said makes his Australian debut. Hang on, surely that's not right. Surely he's played. Surely he's come off the bench at some point. Obviously, Riley McGree, a lot of people would... Oh, there's a chance here for a counter-attack here for Australia. By Football Australia, that's the channel. Yeah, well, the thing is, with Riley McGree, obviously people may have heard that name because a couple of years ago, he was in the running for the Puskas for Goal of the Year with the scorpion kick from right on the edge of the 18. Oh, it's a shot down the line here by Kuwait, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. Basically, he's been nicknamed the Scorpion King. And one thing I do have to say was, I'm very happy for as Alan Sari comes off the field for Al Hawadi. Is the best thing about that goal was, well, to me personally, was because I personally witnessed it because I was at that game. It was the prelim final, basically the game to get into the final of the league. Oh yeah, that Puskas Nation. I've never lost my mind over a goal in real life. There's a chance now for Australia, as Archimedes now goes in for a low-driven shot. It's a cross and it's a big header, but very close opportunity to make it 4-0. We need a consolation goal. I think, honestly, Kuwait definitely deserves a goal in this. They played very, very well, depending on the circumstances. They played very well. And Abdullafor has basically just been very unlucky to let in those 3 goals. Because the second one was a penalty which he saved, and then it went rebounded to Jackson Irvine to get the goal. And then the third one was an absolute belter, a free kick which no keeper would save. Player of the season in this season, or who would be? I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched the A-League that much this season, so I actually wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm sticking with the prediction. Socceroos are keeping that clean sheet, just my thought. You've only got 5 minutes until added time. I think it's going to be like 3-4 minutes at most. Oh, there's almost a chance there for Boyle trying to wish his head forward. Could be good when, yeah. So cross is attempted. It's 26-6 in favour of Australia. Basically, in the stats, predominantly it's going to be all dominated by Australia, which it's a kick over the top here, and it's going to be chased down here for Kuwait. But it's going to be, that could be a corner here for Kuwait. Yep, so it's going to be a corner here now for Kuwait with about 4 minutes now remaining until added time. Did it? So it's number 2 was Dejanek and a Kuwait player debating on if it was a corner. Has Dougal getting right into the action of right next to Matawa. McLaren would probably be. Yeah, McLaren would probably be the. Yeah, probably be the chef player of the season, to be fair. I mean, one doesn't just score 5 goals in a game in a derby. Is a player of the season based on goals or overall contribution? I think it takes both into account, but I think goals. Oh. I think it's probably. The thing is, because there's the Alex Tobin Award, which is for contribution. So I think goals probably has more of a factor into it. So I do feel McLaren probably might get player of the season. So 3 minutes remaining now. Australia till added time. Australia now with a corner. It's going to be taken in by Okonomides. Here's the corner. And it's fallen to Australian foot here. But he's going to get forced dragged all the way back to the defence. Because basically the Alex Tobin is like the... It's basically in Australia they have like a 3-2-1 grading system for like player of the year. It's the Alex Tobin Award. So basically like pundits would see like in a game would see 3 players and they give them like who are the best players, like the best player like 3 points, second player 2, third 1, and basically whoever has the most points at the end gets the Alex Tobin Award, which is kind of de facto player of the season. But then there's also like Golden Boot. If Melbourne win the league, I think McLaren is winning player of the season. Yeah, I think they actually announce it before the grand final, actually. So I think they do that award ceremony like the week of the final. Because I remember Andrew Naboot got goal of the year, which was in the same year when Naboot got the because when McGree got that scorpion kick, because the scorpion kick happened in the finals, but Naboot happened in the season, so it was a very interesting situation there. So we're now coming into now. Oh, the sun's up. The sun has risen in Australia. So now, can Kuwait get a constellation here? They're trying, but Australia's going to force the ball away. Now got a minute now till added time. I think it'll only be about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll be done with this match. They're going to go down the line here. And it's a whip in here. It's Archimedes now with control. Gets off to Bear Hitch. He tries to go for a low-driven cross. The kid makes the save. Archimedes now with a shot. That's another brilliant save there by Agordafor. Still in the box here. It's going to fall back to another Australian. Here's a shot. And it's going to go way over the top by Dougal. Unfortunately, but if it was at Wembley Stadium, that would have gone in. It is officially good morning. Okay, so coming up now to the 90th minute of play. Number 21 with a swinging hit. That was Riley McGree. So how long will be added? I think it's going to be like 3 minutes. Is it? Are they going to... Surely, because they have to have minutes because there was a drinks break. But the whistle is gone here, so it's going to be actually a free kick here for Australia. Does Qatar favour the Aussies over the EU teams, do you reckon, for the World Cup? Probably. I don't think Australia is like of European quality, so of like, I don't know, probably, maybe, not too sure. It's one of those questions that anything can happen from a year now, because we know Australia might not even qualify. Like the temperature, yeah, you just... It's the 91st minute. We still haven't been told how many minutes of added time are. So the next game for Australia will be in a couple of days when we play Chinese Taipei. I don't even think the players know how much added time there is, because it's currently coming up to now the 92nd minute. Oh, an unlucky control there for Kuwait, so it's going to be a throw in here for Australia. So there's time's winding down here for this match. Up, nutmeg there by Archimedes on the number 5 of Al Hajiri. And we'll watch your stream on that match too, I reckon. Yeah, you don't have to, but if you choose to, I'll welcome your appearance. So as we now pass the 92nd minute, there's gonna be like, how much of the time is there? There's no footage of like someone holding the sign saying there'll be an additional so and so minutes. So I think it's just the referee's keeping his cards close to his chest here. So what is it there? Is it a goal kick or a corner? No, it's a goal kick now for Australia. So I'd assume here there's like 20 seconds down away from the 93, so I think maybe after this kick it probably will be all over. So this win here will put Australia 5 points clear, it being number 1 in the group. So here's the kick now on the 93rd. This is fun, mate. Good conno about the A-League and just the right drizzle for the game too. Good times. 100%. There's the kick. Can I get one more here, Australia? Archimedes now with the ball. Still playing here, to be fair, so... Jackson Irvine. How many at a time is there? On the game, we're at 93:30. It must be 4 minutes. It must be. So it'll be about midnight now, and it's still probably like 40 degrees in Kuwait. Oh. Well, I just got the I'm sorry about that. I just got this. It basically said sorry, our stream cocked up, because literally like technical flicked up. I got the blue. Anyways, there's the final siren, the whistle. Sorry. So it does make it to the weird. Are they compensating for the drinks break? Yeah, it definitely was for the drinks break. But anyways, the final whistle has sounded. Australia has won. What's your favourite sport of the Aussie? Football's definitely probably like very close to number 1. Maybe rugby, AFL. They're all pretty good. I don't like one any more higher or less. But so yeah, there's a bit of weird technical thing. The gremlins got with the recording, but anyways, that is full time. Australia have won 3-0 against Kuwait. The exact same scoreline it was. KO Sports, yeah, basically, literally is about to cross to the 94. All of a sudden, it like flickered, went black, and then blue screen with no signal. Then it says for like 5 seconds, oh, the stream's temporarily gone. We'll be back with you at your possible convenience. It's like. It's basically like the technical difficulties with that trumpet song. But anyways, we are done here. Australia getting a 3-0 win and going 5 points clear atop of their group. And so yeah, so if you would like to join me for the next stream, it'll be in a couple of days' time, where Australia will play Chinese Taipei. And if not, thank you all for coming, and I will see you all later.